Hey guys, Mr. Hein here, and I just wanted to give you a quick reminder on how to create a good table for a scientific experiment. So let's say that I have an experiment where I want to test different materials when I'm making an airplane and see how far the paper airplanes fly. Before I can go out and collect data, I need to create a good data table to put it in. And the first thing that I need to do to create my data table is come up with a good title. So I'm going to call this experiment the effect of material on the distance a paper airplane flies. This is a good title because remember, we always want to follow this format. We want to say the effect of independent variable, and in this case my independent variable is the material. I'll use different types of materials on the dependent variable, and our dependent variable here is the distance a paper airplane flies. So I'm going to create my table, and I'll start off just by drawing a big box. And I'll create my first column, and on the left side here I want to put the independent variable. So again, that was material, so I will write my label as material. And in this case I don't have a unit, but if you have an independent variable that does have units, don't forget to put that here as well. Underneath of that, I will put the different levels of my independent variables, starting with my control. And in this case, my control is going to be paper, because that's what I usually make a paper airplane out of. It's good to put the control at the top so that you can easily identify it, and you'll be able to compare the rest of your results to that. So then I'll continue with the other things that I'm using for my independent variable. And if I was doing this experiment, I might use cardstock, nice heavy paper. And then maybe I would use aluminum foil. So I'll put that one in the bottom row. Alright, and so the rest of my table will have information about the dependent variable. And in a good experiment, you always want to do multiple trials, so I'll put in 3 trials on my table of trial 1, trial 2, and trial 3. And then I have space to put in the data I collect, which again is our dependent variable. So I'll label that as, again, distance. And since this is science, we want to use metric units, so I'll say I'll measure the distance in meters. And I have space to collect my data there. And finally, in the last column, we want to have space to put average. So we'll calculate the average distance each airplane flew. And that will be in meters as well. And so anytime you set up a data table to collect information from an experiment you're doing in this class, you want to make sure you set up the table just like this. It's nice, clean, easy to read, and has all the different parts of our experimental design represented. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will help you out.